So we could say that there are two kinds of joy. There's the everyday, worldly kind of joy, and there's the meditative kind. Both are important. Seeing one helps us to see the other. But our habit is to notice and give preferential treatment to the negative, to notice what's not going well, to focus on the difficult. And so often we miss or overlook the ordinary moments of joy that are happening all day long. They arise and they pass too quickly or too quietly for their magic to really register inside, to make an impression on our hearts. Yet joy is essential for life, for our well-being, and for our meditation practice. Joy is food for the heart, good food, food that nourishes and supports resilience and uplift so that we can bear the weight of the burdens we carry. But we have to know where and how to look for joy because it isn't our habit. We have to get familiar with its presence and how it feels inside. So joy is not unfamiliar to us. We all have experiences, big and small joys. You know, the loud, the flashy, the dazzling, raucous, rowdy hoots and hollers of joy, the goosebumps, the bubbly, effervescent feeling of joy, and the quiet moments of joy, of delight, or of connection and contentment. Right? We know the ordinary joy that comes from putting the burden of the body down on the couch, on a chair, on the bed after a long day or night of work, perhaps with a sigh of relief as the body comes into rest, the joy of not doing. Oh, don't miss that moment of joy. Don't miss when you put the burden of the body down for a little while, please. It's for your welfare. Notice and enjoy. Savor the flavor, as they say, right? So that the heart and mind can receive the benefit of the joy and can learn its way back to joy more easily. We know the joy that comes from being around youngins of almost any age as they kind of bubble about their respective adventures, or the joy that comes when we actually engage with those said youngins, engage in the enjoyment, and then we can double the pleasure, truly almost double over in joy, in laughter. And what a wonderful thing to delight in laughter. It's like a fountain of uplift. Don't miss those moments of joy. Don't, please. It's for your welfare. Enjoy, notice, enjoy, savor the flavor so the heart and mind can receive the refreshment and find its way back to joy more easily. We know the joy that comes when we're doing something that we love, like gardening or reading a good book or knitting. And we get so engrossed that we lose ourselves and we lose track of time. We know the joy that comes when we sit with a friend that we haven't seen in a while, or hang out with our pets, or hang out in nature, or from watching silly movies or animal videos, right? It doesn't matter where the joy pops up, but do we notice our own laughter, our delight? Do we notice the ease, the easing of stress in a moment? Oh, don't miss these moments of joy. No, not if you can help it. Try to notice the signs that tell you that you have arrived in the land of joy for just a moment. Please, it's for your welfare. So we were just on retreat, right, for the past couple of weeks. And one of the things that has become very clear to me over the years with regard to this is when just slowing down, just by slowing down and tuning in fully to the present moment, ordinary tasks come alive. and they take on a joyful quality. So making a cup of coffee, right? Being with and enjoying the simple movements of the hands, enjoying the smell as it wafts up from the cup, and then settling back and lingering with the taste and the smell and the warmth. I mean, nothing special, but it's a complete miracle. Or cleaning the meditation hall, which was my yogi job. Tidying up everyone's little cushion, cleaning the floor, making the altar beautiful, and feeling the offering of that and the quiet joy that brightens the heart as I do that. And then being alone in the hall and noticing the depth of the silence in that space. And noticing the morning sunlight and feeling the fullness of the moment, not wanting anything more or different. Yeah, that's joy. That's joy. And even as I prepare to leave, and this is true, I really do love this part of like when I'm taking leave of a place, but when I'm leaving the room that I've been living in for a couple of weeks, and I clean it up and I arrange it nicely, and always leave a little note for the next yogi or a little piece of chocolate. Well, it brings a smile to my face. I really enjoy that, and it uplifts the heart. Right? Doing nice things for other people feels good, and we want to notice that, because these are the little joys that populate a day and populate a life, whether we're on retreat or at home. Mindful attention to ordinary activities can bring up or bring about a certain kind of joy that can be felt and known. And this kind of joy is possible for us outside of retreat and in our daily life. We just have to notice the signs and then heed them. Allow the joy to register inside, to make an impression that the moment has been lived, has happened. So notice the signs of joy and heed them. In other words, enjoy the feeling of joy. Get to know it and its many complexions. And of course, savor the flavor. Linger, if you can, for as long as you can, so the whole of the organism is for a moment suffused with joy. Let it receive the benefit of that, and let the heart mind learn its way back to joy more easily. Now, meditative joy arises simply by doing the practice. The act of taking our seat is an act of putting aside our burdens just for a little while. Notice and appreciate this little bit of relief, because this is a seed of joy, and we want to water these seeds. Notice, feel, and appreciate. There is a joy of blamelessness that comes from meditating, because while we are practicing, we're not causing trouble. We're not causing harm, right? Just that. Meditative joy comes when we set aside the judging mind, set it down in front of the fireplace of your guest house with a cup of tea in hand, and allow mindful, caring attention to notice the relaxing and releasing of stress. Notice the quiet joy that comes from the softening of the hard spots, the relaxing of some of our armor. Meditative joy comes at the end of a sitting, when we notice that we are a little less stressed than at the beginning. Good to notice. Good to notice this and let it register. Can you feel the joy of less stress? Can you feel the joy of right effort while we're meditating? These are not flashy moments. They're quieter. We have to deliberately notice that we're not causing trouble, We have to deliberately notice that the body is beginning to soften tension, and that inside feels a little lighter and a little brighter and a little more spacious in order to feel that sense of quiet joy. Now, as our practice deepens, we can start to see these awakening factors come online and come into play. For example, when we can see when we've shifted out of our usual way of relating to the world and moved into a kinder, more caring, less personal, mindful view. Now, with mindfulness at the helm, we can begin to look, to explore, to investigate the next enlightenment factor, whatever is happening, but not from a me perspective, from, say, a cause and effect perspective, where energy, the third factor, is now being used in the service of letting go of stress and moving in the direction of ease of well-being. This is when joy, the fourth factor, may naturally begin to arise from the relief of the suffering, or from seeing a little more clearly, or seeing with a little with kinder eyes, or even feel the joyful excitement arise because we're seeing for ourselves that this practice works. This joy we can build on itself, just as it can when we're doing an activity that we love and get absorbed in. In fact, meditative joy has a range from subtle to gross, from the slight inner smile that the heart may have, that little lightness inside, to a tingling feeling all over the body that feels like champagne bubbles, to a body that is physically shaking. You can see it from joy, because joy brings energy to the system. Can you feel the energy that joy brings? Notice we aren't making joy happen because we can't. Joy can't be forced, but we can and are creating the conditions for joy to arise when we practice mindfulness. And then, by simply paying attention, we can begin to notice its presence and let it do its magic on us. Let joy be a resource for the tired, weary heart. This is what the practice is orienting us towards: more joy and more happiness. At its most basic level, it's a wellness program, and yet it's also so much more than that. So much more. On and off the cushion, if joy can be noticed, enjoyed, and appreciated. Savor the flavor. The energy of joy is bright, light. It uplifts inside. That's joy's function, to uplift the heart. How much uplift do we need to hold the stress we're carrying? Now, I assure you, we need more than you think. It's stressful out there, and yet it's amazing that we're alive. Here we are, alive, and how cool is that? The body is breathing all on its own. Holy smokes, I'm doing nothing. It's happening. That amazement is joyful. It's a wonder what this body can do without my having to make it happen. Joy is good food for the heart. Our job is to merely notice, enjoy, and appreciate. So this is how the magic will work on us. And how can we see it more clearly? Slow down. Come into the present moment a little bit more. Watch the amazement of what this body, heart, mind is capable of doing. Take pleasure in it. Take joy in the abilities, in its abilities. Notice the good, right? On and off the cushion. Notice the ease and the small delights, the brightness, the laughter, the connection, and appreciate. It's for your welfare and for the welfare of all of the beings that we encounter in the world. Thank you for your kind attention. All right. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So many words. Please. Okay, let's just open it up and air it out. That was a lot. Oh. So kindly, caringly feel into as comfortable a posture as you can, so the body can settle down onto the ground, into itself. Let yourself make a subtle adjustment so it feels comfortable. Close the eyes, tune inside, and just feel what breathing feels like right now. Feel what the body feels like from inside. And now in this stillness, take a few deeper than usual inhalations and deeper than usual exhalations, and open up the interior, open up the breath. Keep softening the gaze. You're not giving attention to any thoughts, but giving attention to the quality of caring attention. That you're just attending to the experience of ease, of well-being. Let that be the object of attention for the next little while. Just keep coming out of tension and moving into ease of well-being. Kindly noticing tension and allowing it to unwind and unbind and melt. And in the last 5 minutes of the meditation, you settle back and just let yourself feel inside and notice what's different. Notice if it feels a little less stressful, or if even right now you could just soften a little bit more and create a little more comfort and ease inside. And let that experience of ease wash through the whole of you as you breathe. And sense the quiet joy that is here, just from creating a little more space inside. And finally sense into the field of all of us together. Alone together, not making any trouble. We're doing our best to not make any trouble. What a beautiful thing. And let the organism feel that. Receive that message of safety. The quiet joy of safety.